trying to fight you to take Kanisha. And then the police came.
Oh, it's been so minute.
It's live. Hello, Naked Nation. Welcome to Naked Girls TV.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for joining us. We have a super exciting special edition for you. Tonight's feature on Naked Girls TV is Sundays with Shemeka Michelle, starring the goddess herself, the most naked girl in the world. She is absent from the scene, but will be joining us shortly. Let's give some snaps and glass toast for Shemeka Michelle, the motivational speaker, mother, activist, and author of the book entitled Keep It Naked, A Naked Girl's Guide to Live Life Authentically, which you can purchase online at Amazon.com. There is a visual feature for the book authored by Shemeka Michelle called Keep It Naked, and on the cover she is naked. Hey. So, and on the back and some on the inside. So get your copy. Coming soon to Naked Girls TV is another special feature in our 7 p.m. time slot called The Naked and the Ratchets. Woo. And we are featuring Clank Clank for your viewing feature tonight. The Naked is missing in action. She'll be coming to the scene very shortly, but we have for your viewing pleasure The Ratchet. On your left, we have Miss Sharisa. Hey. Homegirl and Naked Girl. Okay, to Shemeka Michelle from way back in the day.
Way back.
Yes, and donning us in the middle in black and white and red is her homegirl and Naked Girl from way back in the day, Miss Kanita. And let's get some snaps and claps coming to the stage. The most naked girl in the whole wide world and star of Sundays with Shemeka Michelle, Shemeka Michelle. Snap, snap, clap, clap. She's also the lead vocal on our tunes for tonight, which will be coming to you very shortly. And it is entitled I'm Better Than You. She is the lead vocalist of the globally, internationally recognized singing sensation group called the Naked Girls. Okay. So coming to you shortly will be the Naked Girls. We'll be back from this short commercial break while we tune into the Naked Girls. Hold tight, we'll be back.
Hey, Twin.
Hey, my Chrissy, you ready? I'm outside.
I was born ready. You know I ain't got to be my feet. They put no keys together before I be so
I'm beautiful, I'm so fine, supreme. I'm better than you. It's my life, I call shots. I can do whatever I want. I'm doing my own thing. I'm better than you. Set the rules to my own. I'm better than you. They say that I am conceited. Well, I must admit, I think I'm the shit. They say that I talk too loud. When I rock the crowd, sit your black ass down. Tell 'em, girl, I can't. I do. I wake up just to make my own rule. I can't. I stay the best to make my own move. And I'm beautiful. I'm so supreme. I'm better than you. It's my life. I can do whatever I want.
I should have took the case off.
See, I grew up thinking I was shit. Now motherfuckers can't fuck with this. See, I ain't trying to say I'm better than y'all. I'm just listening to the mirror, mirror on the wall. Mama really had to build my self-esteem to love myself. Now I believe that confidence is what I want. 'Cause I can do whatever I want. She's the queen in the mirror too. I start looking back. I didn't like her, her skin was too black. Mama said the black, the berry, the sweet, the juice. The berry, the line, they have no use. When I lost my man, I lost everything young. Thought I was sure. And I got the name lifted and controllable. Beautiful, I'm so supreme. I'm better than you. It's my life. I call shots. I can do whatever I want. I'm better than you. Set the rules to my own game. I'm better than you. I I'm just listening to the mirror, mirror on the wall. And see, my mirror tells me I don't need all that. All them fake nails and fake hair, fake eyelashes. Come on, y'all. I was born great. I ain't trying to do all that fake mess. Not today.
Bitch, sit down.
Welcome back from our commercial break. We hope you enjoyed those tunes from the Naked Girls. Again, that single is called I'm Better Than You, and it's rocking radios, coming soon to a online live streaming network very soon. And so we are here to hear from the Naked Girl herself, Miss Shemeka Michelle. And while she's working on sharing this live feed from her page to the Naked Girls page, take this time to subscribe if you're on YouTube to Naked Girls TV. Be sure to like and share this video, and we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Let's go ahead and say hello and get some introductions from the Naked Girls and Homegirls, Miss Sharisa and Kanita. Say hello, Naked Nation.
Hello, Naked Nation.
Hi, Naked Nation. How y'all doing?
I was gonna say, tell a little bit about yourselves, and then we can get into the topic. While y'all posting what you drink, this is a new show that's gonna be coming up. I'm still gonna be here Sundays with Shemeka Michelle, but thank you, Kayla. We do have a new show coming up called Naked and Ratchet. You will have to subscribe to that channel separate. The YouTube channel is called Naked and Ratchet, the little and symbol. And these will be the two co-hosts of Naked and Ratchet. And it's just going to be some fun, around the way, gangsta bitch type.
A few secrets.
Yes. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Put y'all on blast.
Oh shit, she finna put us on board. You wanna go first?
Yourself, girl.
Okay, my name is Charissa Melita Jones. And I've been friends with both of these ladies for a very long time. I'm not gonna say the years cause you know we still pretty young, so we don't want y'all thinking that, you know, well hell, for over 20 years. Y'all might think we just 20 something, 30 something. Now that bitch is 60. Look at her.
I know, right?
Show everybody. She is 60. She looks good.
She had surgery.
She did have surgery. And this is...
Hello, Naked Nation. My name is Kanita Stubbs. I'm the founder and CEO of Didnt Productions. I am a playwright, director, and producer. And Shemeka is my longtime friend as well as Shemeka, and I'm excited about
my longtime friend as well as Shemeka.
I was just making sure y'all was on point. And you guys were. And I'm excited about today.
Yes. It's been a long time since I've been with you. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Let's hit it one time. Let's hit it one time. You ready?
You're down at 6? Well,
You're supposed to beatbox. Okay.
we ain't gonna say this for the ratchet show?
Oh yeah, we'll say that for the Ratchet Show. See, we was about to take y'all back to 1990s where we had our own video recording for the
No, it was an answer machine.
Oh, it was an answer machine recording. Yeah, she beatboxed our rap, but we're gonna say that for the Ratchet Show. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe, cause we get it in.
Do it from your phone. Yes, Sonya's.
Okay.
We can't get it up. Anyway.
And I'm so ratchet.
And then give her yours on the Shemeka Michelle page. Share the Shemeka Michelle video to the Naked Girls page. And then let Sonya look at the comments from the Shemeka Michelle page. And you're on YouTube, right?
I'm waiting on YouTube.
Okay. Anyway, so tonight, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And every year we have a brunch to just come together with women that have been victims of domestic violence to say we see you, we stand with you, we support you. It's an opportunity for them to just come and have a moment of, number one, not getting their ass kicked, and to just be able to connect with other women that understand what they're going through, know the story. And this year we're having it in 3 different states. We're having it here in North Carolina on October 15th, and there will be one in Dallas, Texas, and also Grand Rapids, Michigan on October 8th. So periodically you're going to see the PayPal posted. Feel free to donate. But these ladies who have been my friends, I think I met Kanita when I was 6, going into 2nd grade. Yes, 2nd. I was smart. And then I met Charissa in 6th grade. So we've been friends for a very, very long time. And unfortunately, they both dealt with domestic violence issues at a young age, both as teenagers.
Yeah,
definitely.
I was really young, and then I know Charissa had an incident as an adult. So I wanted them to come on and share their stories, and so that I could also ask them questions that a lot of people ask, or they want to ask but they don't ask. They're afraid to, and so they just talk shit behind the scenes. Briefly, because this is an hour show and I know you both can be long-winded, I want you to just kind of bring us up to speed. Tell us a little bit about your stories, what happened, what you had to deal with, and then I'm going to get into those questions that people, like I say, they don't have the guts to really ask, but they talk a lot of shit behind people's back that have experienced domestic violence. So I'm going to kind of be playing devil's advocate in a way. But let's go. Starting with Charissa.
Damn, well, I always gotta stop my name start with a C.
Exactly, alphabetical order.
Okay, so I want to say, first of all, I first experienced my domestic violence when I was like 16, was it? I think I was definitely in the 10th grade. And at first, he was so sweet. He was so nice. All the girls wanted him, so you know I wanted him too.
Which guy was this?
Skip.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Skip. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. That was a setup. Skip to Malou.
Yes, oh my God. Yeah.
She was saying skip to the next question.
Right,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Skip her the
so what's your
sailor
next
man.
question?
Right,
Skip to
okay,
your
so the next question was, so all the girls wanted him, are you sure?
Right, well,
A lot of them did.
A lot of them did.
Okay, go
right.
ahead.
A lot of girls wanted him, and so to me, you know, I felt like he was a good catch.
Right.
So in the beginning, it was like, I like to think of domestic violence as a caterpillar stage. Like when you first meet the person that's already, like, they're already aggressive, they're already crazy, they've already done this to other women. Like, you're not the first one. I've learned that during my long haul. But it's like a caterpillar stage. When you first meet them, they so slow, and you know they nice, and you know they just treat you like you the best and everything. Then the next thing you know, they alienate you. They take you away from everybody, everything. They try to make you feel like you're not worth anything. And you, like, for me, I was in school. I was in a marching band. he made me feel like being in the marching band, like I just was a whore. Like, no, you don't need to do that. Then he made me not want to go to school.
Right.
Next thing you know, that's when the beatings came. After the beatings, like, by then I was so, I guess, brainwashed. Like, he already made me feel like he loved me. Anything he do for me is out of love. So when the beatings came, I guess it was supposed to be out of love.
Right. So what would he say to you to make you think that it was love? Like, what would he say to you to make you not want to walk away after they first started?
Okay, so like at that age, he would say things like, I love you, like I only do this because I love you. Just know that I love you. This is the reason I do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't sugarcoat nothing. Like, he would, and then he was so smart. He wouldn't hit me in places where people could see it.
Right.
He would only beat me in places where it would be covered up.
Right.
So when I would sneak away and call the police, you know, back then they'd be like, I don't see no bruises.
Right.
So he ain't do nothing. You fine.
Right.
And then when it'll be over, he'll be like, you know, I love you. That's the only reason why, like, you don't listen to me. And it'll be something simple like, get up and cut off the light.
Right.
But I'm a one. I mean, you know me. I do run my mouth. I do talk back to everybody.
Right.
But that don't give nobody the right to put their hand on me.
Right.
But what he was doing was breaking me down. Like, he really just like broke me. And remember that time when I was driving.
Yeah.
And we all was leaving the game, and we went and picked him up, and we went and dropped off Tasha, and he was like,
Leave that name out too.
oh shit.
Yeah. But go ahead.
We went and dropped that girl off, and he was like, the fuck you waiting for her for? Don't nobody want her ass.
Right.
But we was taught. Yeah, he made me like pull off. Like, it was in me. I just was like so just sucked up into his bullshit. And it's easy to get sucked up when you young. Like, people like to think, oh, well, she done seen her mama and daddy fight. I was abandoned that too.
Right.
My daddy didn't fight. I was abandoned from my mom to be raised with my dad.
Right.
My dad taught me, you strong. Don't worry about that woman not being in your life. You are beautiful. You are strong. Don't feed in the bullshit. Don't worry about these niggas. That's the one thing he was teaching me. And I didn't listen.
Right.
I didn't listen at all.
So you felt did you feel because this was a guy that a lot of people wanted, he chose you, and so you had to stick around and be that woman that he wanted because you were special, that he actually wanted you, although so many women wanted him?
You know what? I never thought of that. I never thought of that. And that makes sense. Like, it was, now that I'm here, I have to keep on this persona for all the other girls. Like, yeah, it's good being with him.
Right.
When actually it won't good being with him.
Right.
Like, I won the prize.
Right, right.
That's what the thing was. Like, I won the prize.
Yeah. And so,
but I got my eyes black.
As the title states, you also got your nose broken.
Right.
And I can remember you being in the back of the ambulance when me driving up, because we lived in the same apartment complex at the time. So I can remember you being on the back of the ambulance, but that still wasn't enough for you to say, hey, I can't do this.
It wasn't
like
enough.
I remember Eve's song,
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind being like my favorite song, because it was like, no matter what I said to you, you were not willing to walk away. And it's like, okay, I remember your nose being slightly tilted because
and remember, I didn't even want to go to the hospital. Like, you made me go to the hospital.
Yeah. And it's like that, even that was not enough to say, hey, I don't deserve this. I deserve better, and fuck this nigga. But I also remember him locking you in the house at times too. So it was like, where could you have told your parents, I guess is what I want to know.
And then, you know, at that time, I was on my own. Remember, I had left my parents. I had my own place. So at that time, he was breaking in my house, sleeping up under my bed. I was working nights, so he would break in my house, sleep under my bed, and then when I would come home, you know, I would see stuff like the Pringle can off the refrigerator. You know, when you live alone,
right?
You know where your stuff is,
right?
And I mean, that's just like the creepy stuff he was doing. Remember, he stole my gun, the same gun that you stole. Yeah, he stole my gun. Cause remember, Daron, rest in peace. I love him to death. He gave me a gun because he was stalking me. And he broke in my house and stole my gun. And when I went to go get my gun to shoot his ass, he pulled it out like, aha, you looking for this? So like he was just like really sneaky, like crazy. Like at that time we weren't together. That's when he was like stalking me, like wanting to still be with me. I was on my own then.
Now what about family and friends? Why didn't you go to somebody to say, hey, this is what's going on, and try to bring them in to help you through what you was going through?
Embarrassed cause like everybody was telling me like he's not the one for you, like he's bringing you down. Like even my friends, my grandma, my dad, like everybody was like, he's not the one for you.
Right.
But I didn't want to listen, and then I wanted to prove y'all wrong.
Right. Which we do that even when it's not a relationship with abuse. Right. If our friends or family has said this is not the one, we will stay in some bullshit just to prove I'm right. We don't want to be embarrassed. And Lord knows now that there's this thing called social media, you post it on there, you will go to the ends of the earth because you done already posted it. Oh my God, what is people gonna say if we break up? Right. You know, so that's even outside of domestic violence. Women especially will stay in situations that they know are not beneficial or healthy or happy, just because they don't want the other person to be right. Sonya, you have some questions?
Yes, we have a question. How long were you in the relationship?
How long were you in the relationship?
What was the breaking point when you knew you had to leave? So 2 parts. How long and the breaking point?
We was in a relationship for, you know, we was together like, we got together at 14 actually. 14 or 15. I was going to the 10th grade. So what? How old are you then? I wasn't driving. I know that I wasn't driving yet when I met 14. Him. So I was like 14, and his mom was a single mom, and she actually allowed me to come and live with them. Like my family would be looking for me, and they would she would go to the door and be like, "No, she not here. I haven't seen her." No. Right. So
she supported him in that foolishness, and
she knew that he was in there beating me. I couldn't like come out the room. I couldn't, like, his mom, she knew this shit. I would look out the window. Remember he choked me with the blinds because he said I was looking at some guys or something.
Yeah, he was crazy.
He was really crazy. But my breaking point was,
to this day, I believe he is the one or know who shot up my house. To this day, I believe that. Yeah. Like, there's nothing.
And it probably was him because, I ain't going to say that, but at that time, remember, he was going around threatening all of y'all, all my family. He was threatening to burn up my grandma's house, like, if I didn't come back to him. Like, he was just crazy. Yeah. Like, for whatever reason. And I did nothing.
Right.
It's nothing I did. Like, I walked on eggshells for this nigga.
Right.
I stayed in the room for this nigga.
Right.
I didn't go to school. Yeah. I graduated in summer school. I did not go to school for this nigga.
Right. And the crazy part, when you would see him, it's like, how could he be capable? That smile, that look, like, oh my God, you know.
Yes, like, so my breaking point was, I'm going to tell you, my breaking point was, after getting beat so many times and calling the police, finally a female police officer came and she said, you know, if you was pregnant or you had a child, we could remove you from this situation. And I was like, for real? She said, but every time we come, you don't have no bruises, you don't have nothing. This time I chased him out the house with a knife. Like, I was tired. They was gonna shoot me. They made me drop the knife and everything. But when the lady police pulled me over, that's when I threw my pills away. I didn't take another pill. And I got pregnant. The next time he hit me, I called the police. I said I'm pregnant, and I was able to go home. That's how I got away.
Any other questions?
Not as of yet, but it sounds like a black lady blue dot came to help you.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. Yes. Had she not told me that, I still would have been taking them pills. And then, like, having sex with him now, it won't fun. And then after that, even when I had my son, and like Shemeka said, I still went back. Now I'm trying to make my family work.
Right.
I'm telling him I can't have sex. Like, you know, he took it. I ended up getting pregnant in my tubes and almost died.
Kanita, can you share your story with us?
Well, yeah, my situation, it didn't happen immediately. Years had went past, and I thought I was just in the ideal relationship. I mean, like the ups and downs, whatever. But it was actually when I first had our child, and she was a baby. The first incident, he was basically telling me to tell people that it wasn't his child.
Speak up just a little bit.
He was telling me to tell people it wasn't his child, this, that, and third. So anyway, he decided to, I guess, man up one day and wanted to come see the baby or whatever. And he came and he seen her, and she was just a little baby.
Right.
And I guess immediately he fell in love with her.
So cute.
Right. And it was like, now it's, oh, my baby. Now imagine that my whole 9 months didn't see him.
Right.
I went to the bus stop because they sent us the co-op back then, and he was at the bus stop and I was at the bus stop leaving Durham High, and he seen me and he walked away and walked home. So you know, I just put in my mind like, okay, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I got my family support, that's it. So I got a call one day. My mom was living. She was like, you know what you need to do? You need to dress up and look good and go to that school and walk past him, because now I'm going back to Hillside after my baby.
Right.
And she was like, when you walk past him, don't look at him, don't acknowledge him, just, you know, whatever. So apparently he seen me, and I had the baby. I'm back probably looking like I looked when he first met me or whatever. And you know, now he wanted to see the baby. Comes to my grandma's house, see the baby, fell in love with her, holding her or whatever. I don't even remember what the argument was, because we weren't together. Right. Hadn't seen him, hadn't talked to him. And I don't know what it was, but I remember him saying something, and I had my baby in my hand, and I jerked away from him, and when I jerked away from him, her head hit the counter. And it was immediately, you know, doing to my baby. Right. And I'm thinking like, I'm jerking away from you, and that was an accident. Right. You know, the baby won't cry, nothing like once in the heart. But from that point, smaller incident. Okay, now I want to get back with you because we got a family now. Right. Now is my baby. Right. And so, as time progressed, like little small things would happen, just like a snatch or a pull, nothing for real. So to me, I didn't know there was signs back then. I was 16. That's right. I didn't know there was signs. Right. I didn't know it was control at the time. Right. So, you know, I'm thinking, okay, he know what it is. He loved me. You know? And so moving forward, we talked about everything, and I literally believe everything that man told me. And I literally believe that times that he got angry with me when he would tell me that he does it because he loved me. He knew the situation with me and my dad and stuff, and he would be like, you know, I'm the only real father figure you have. Like, you don't have no daddy. That's how they do. So I'm, you know, you have me, and I'm your protector. I'm gonna make sure nobody else mess with you, because at the time I had been dealing with the molestation. Right. So he was more so my protector. Like, I'm gonna make sure no man ever hurt you again. You know, so that's what I felt. So, you know, I felt like I made him mad. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have pushed him. And he had situations going on with him that I felt sorry for him for. And so I would be like, you know, we needed each other. Right. So I would just you know, deal with it for a while until things start getting like really, really worse.
So that's funny that you say you felt like you made him mad. There are people today that feel like, you know, as black women, we are called mouthy. You know, there are people that say we push men to that point by what we say, talking back, not shutting up, that some women deserve to be punched in the mouth because they won't stop talking. So what do you say to the person that says, but you pushed him to respond to you like that?
There's absolutely no such thing. There's no reason in the world that a man should put his hand on a woman for no reason, because
and then my thing is if we can say things to push them, to make them hit us, they say a lot of things to push us to make us want to hit them, but we don't do that.
Prime example, cheating. You catch your boyfriend, we are family. This is the thing that when they're crying and they're saying you ain't gonna never do it again, on your knees, begging, crying, I can't eat, I can't sleep.
And that's what they do. Oh my God. That's what they do.
Now you feeling sorry for them.
That's what they do.
And my trigger for me was, coming back was, you know, we got a baby.
That's right.
You know, we are family. We all we gotta protect our child from what we been going through or whatever. So those would be the reasons that I stay. And then he would be literally crying so hard, like he can't believe he did it. And I every time I thought, what's the last time?
Right.
Every time I thought, what's the last time? Like until like the last, like maybe like the year of it, when it got really crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I just at that time I literally believed everything he told me, and I thought that at some point it would be okay. But I would tell any woman, if a man tell you, you made me do this or you pushed me to do this, it's already in him.
Right.
It's already in him.
Any abusive man, it's already in them. Like I said, it's the caterpillar stage.
I think a man hit a woman would hit their mother.
Right.
And, oh, definitely. Oh, the guy that used to beat me, he used to he used to steal from his mama. He used to talk junk to her. He got in a fight with his brother, and he grabbed the glass while his mama standing in front of his brother like, no, don't. And he still threw the glass and it hit his mama in the head. So like, I mean, my thing is that it's already in them.
It is.
It's already in them. It's nothing we do to bring it out.
Right.
What they're doing is trying to cover it. That's the cocoon stage right there.
Right. It's their own insecurity. It's their own demons.
Exactly.
And so it's like you praying on a weak and you controlling because.
But we don't be weak though.
In their mind. In their mind.
Nah, they see everybody as weak. They see all women as weak.
Well, no. If you catch me talking to a guy, you gonna go dap him up.
That's what I'm saying.
Him up. What's up, man? Yeah, you gonna play basketball with him if you speak to him or whatever. But then when you get home, you might go home cooking dinner, thinking everything okay, and then all of a sudden, so what was y'all talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
Instead of asking him, right? And at that time, you strung out. You are in love. Can't nobody take you from your man. So what?
Especially at that age,
right? And not only that, I know what's gonna happen if I make you mad. So why am I do something in your face?
Damn right.
So like. Really, if somebody, hey, how you doing? That means I let you rub on me.
I'm gonna tell you what I hated about being in that relationship. I was raised by my daddy, so I was raised by a bunch of guys. I still have a whole lot of guys that's my friends, but being with him, it was like, please don't speak to me, Lord. Please don't say nothing to me. Lord, please keep walking.
Right.
And you would know this about me, but he didn't give a fuck. It was like, oh, you did something to make them speak to you. Why they speaking to you now? Oh, you was with them last night?
Right.
When you went to the bathroom? Like, bitch, you're crazy bastard.
Right. I believe that although somebody can antagonize you or push your buttons, as a person, you still have the ultimate decision of how you're gonna respond.
But that's what they want. Like, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying when people say that you push them to do that, I don't think you can push somebody to do something that they don't want to do. It's like, you know, let's just say
they look for a reason.
Yeah, you
They look for a reason.
Waiting.
They already.
If you go in the refrigerator and drink up the
them.
last little bit of Kool-Aid, it's so why you got Kool-Aid?
Look, he used to cook down 15 pieces of chicken.
So I have.
But if I didn't eat 3 pieces of chicken, he'll get mad and beat me for not eating 3 pieces of chicken.
So I have another question. What do you say to people that say you were in this relationship? Once you saw he was going to keep kicking your ass, why did you stay? Why didn't you leave? And because you stayed, they feel like, well, that's what you wanted. You wanted to get your ass kicked, or else you would have left. What do you say to that?
Okay, well, at the age that I was in, like I said, his mom was protecting him. Like, my family would come looking for me, and she would be like, no, I'm not there. So I would be trying to get out, but I couldn't leave. I remember one time y'all came to get me, and they told y'all I wasn't there. I watched y'all pull in the driveway and pull back out.
Right.
And I'm like, y'all got to know I'm in here. And so it's like, once you in a volatile situation like that, it's like only something. Okay, that's right.
Well, for me, I wasn't trapped in it. Like, oh, you locked in the house.
Oh, I was.
Or nothing like that. It was, to be honest, I didn't want to leave. I felt sorry for him.
Right.
I felt like he needed me. If I left him, you know, what would he do?
I never.
And then I felt like if I leave, who would I have to protect me from what I was dealing with?
Right.
And at that time, I hadn't even told most of my family members.
That's
you
good.
know, so
that is a good way to look at it. I do think as women sometimes the man does play on the woman's emotions and make you feel like if you leave me, who am I gonna have? It's almost like Ike Turner when he told Tina, everybody leaves me, and
like,
she said, I'll never leave you, Ike. So even through all the him kicking her ass, she made a promise to him that she wasn't gonna leave him. And that's like a psychological thing that happens.
It's a guilt trip that you
feel
have.
like you have to stay in that. Although I wasn't in a physically abusive relationship, I can remember my ex-husband's grandmother saying to me on her deathbed, take care of my grandson. And so for me, I was like, okay, I'm going to take care of your grandson. For me, that meant
don't never leave him no matter what
don't
you do.
leave him. Stay and do whatever needs to be done because I'm taking care of him. It took me, I can remember God, source, universe, whatever, saying to me, if you stay, you're gonna be the walking dead.
Yes.
And that is when I finally came to the resolution in my mind that I can still take care of him, but I don't have to be his wife. And so I still feel this obligation to take care of him, but now I'm not in
that. See, domestic is not always physical.
Right.
It's not always a black eye or a bruise.
Right.
And to me, honestly, you know, you hear people say, well, you know what, I'd rather somebody cuss me out. I would rather I'd rather somebody cuss me out than have bruises. No. I think the words and the put downs and the let downs, and I think it's worse because it's psychological at some point.
It lasts longer.
You know, nobody's gonna want you because you have a baby. You young. Yep. You got a baby. Yep. You know, everybody know me, and who wanna, you know, they gonna think you're a whore. Men don't want one. You know, and see, way on back then.
Right. That's how I feel. I think that's how I was. Like, bruises come and go. Like, the bruise gonna be there and then it's gone. But psychologically, like, he was really fucking me up. Like, how the hell I don't want to graduate with my friends?
Right.
How I don't want to be like live my life. Live my life as a teenager like I was doing before I met him.
Right.
Like, it was nothing that he was saying to really make me stay.
Right. I think a lot of, going back to what you said, Kanita, that it's not just physical. I think a lot of women ignore the signs and they don't see that there is a mental abuse that is taking place, even if you never get hit.
And that's the first
there's a mental abuse that's taking place. Like I can remember even I can remember my daughter telling me with her situation, which is why I initially started the brunches, that he called her stupid. And I can remember that was a red flag for me, but obviously it wasn't a red flag for her. And people like laugh, or not really laugh, but they feel like now that I'm out of my marriage, I'm so anal. A man is not going to call me a bitch. He's not going to call me stupid. He's not going to call me a clown. Like, you're not going to verbally disrespect me like that. And he may never hit me, but I'll never be in a place where emotionally and mentally you're beating me down.
And then it don't even be like just, you know, saying stuff like that, like being called a liar, being called a cheater, and you know you ain't doing nothing. Like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Shit, for me, I was still in the house.
No, but to be being drilled, and you're telling the absolute truth, and you're being drilled, like, I'm gonna ask you one more time, and I'm
then you get beat.
This is the
like,
absolute
it's like
truth.
it's
So
like if you don't give the answer,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hear.
You got one more time to say the same thing, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna ask you
beat
one
your
more
ass.
time.
And as I get that answer again, I'm gonna beat your ass.
You know what? So I know if I say the same thing, would it? So I'll change my story.
Damn right.
I would say, well, you know what? You're right.
You right.
I did.
You right. Just because you don't want to get beat, and guess what? They won't beat you.
No. Yes, you would.
Oh,
now you're gonna get beat for lying. Cause now
not me. Like, if I finally agreed with him and said like, okay, you right, he'll be like, yeah, that's what the fuck I thought. I might get beat later, but like at that point when he be in your face like, bitch, you better tell me now.
I feel like I gotta be the choir director, like.
Okay.
Just so we can keep the audience and engage with them. And so I would say if you have young girls, I can remember going back to, like I said, when my daughter was in it, I remember you telling me something's not right. And I'm like, I feel like something's not right. But when I ask her, she's telling me something totally different. I feel like we have our intuition, our instincts for a reason. What would you suggest? Because most of our audience, I think, is about 35 and up. Okay. What would you suggest to a parent that may feel like their child is either abusing or being abused? What would they do? Like, withdraw. To help that child?
They'll withdraw.
The science would be they would isolate themselves.
They would withdraw.
What, as a parent, now that you girls are over, you know, age,
43.
As a parent, what would you say to another parent whose child may be going through that? Being that you were teenagers when you dealt with this, how would a parent step in and help that teenager who said nothing's going on?
Don't worry about your child being mad with you, because they're going to be mad with you.
Damn right.
They're going to be angry.
Damn right.
And 9 times out of 10, at first, you're gonna be the problem. You trying to break us up.
Right.
You ain't happy for me.
Right.
You know, because
especially
she's gonna go back and tell him.
Right.
Because he's doing it. Okay, now they're gonna find out. Oh, Dad, I want you to be with me. We're gonna move away on our own. But don't give in and say, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Right.
And if she need me, no, domestic violence, that's one way. You got to stay in it and stay on it. Right. Anything else, you know, we say, well, you know what, kids gonna grow up. If we keep pushing them to be with this guy, the more I push him to be with this guy, she's gonna be with this guy. But if it's domestic violence, stay on it. Right. Because suppose you say, well, you know what, she says nothing wrong, although I feel like there's something wrong. But this may be the time that she don't come home. Right. This may be the time that she finally, the shoves and the pulls turn to, or the words turn to a black eye. But guess what? Even that very first time, or the only one time, it's gonna go with them for the rest of their life. If they not with that guy no more, the next guy she gonna be with, she gonna always think about that. She's not gonna give him 100%, wondering, are you gonna end up changing, or you know? And it carries on in your life. you know, we got a lot of women that are on drugs and are prostitutes and all kind of things because they didn't get out, or when they did get out or whatever happened, they didn't share it with nobody. Their parents was not there to, you know, to be on it. Okay, back off, mama. Alright, I'ma back off. Well, you know what? You backed off. Now, even though it's contradictory, you backed off when I told you to back off, but you don't care about me. You seen these bruises.
Right. Well, another thing, I think as teenagers, we don't really see how serious it is. Like, I was upset. I felt like my daughter had friends that had been in my house, had spent the night, that had ate my food. Why didn't y'all call me? Why didn't y'all say something to me? But then when I think back to when we were teenagers, I didn't do anything. It was like, we got this. We can handle it. Or we're going to be, everything is going to be fine.
Or not only that,
y'all know y'all have stories and other friends got stories. Well, y'all used to have to say me.
Right. Yeah. And then the friend that's going through it, like, they really put you in that position where you be like, okay, I'm just gonna mind my business. Right. If you're talking to your friend like you did me,
right?
Like, you would tell me all the time, like, Cherie, so come on now, you need to come to school. Like, what are you doing? Like, he's not the one for you. But did I listen? No, because in the beginning it was about, oh, he loved me so much, you know, he cares about me. So you can't put that on your friend, like, at all.
And they're too
like
young
they
to be
do
able to
exactly. They're just as young as you,
right?
And I'm talking about, when we talking about young, I'm talking about 13 to 19,
right?
At least 20. I give you 21. Okay, you grown. You want to be grown. You want to do your own thing. But from 14 to 20, no. We still need guidance. We still need people to show us what's right and what's wrong.
Especially if you never really had it.
Exactly.
Now, what about women who are our age that are still in these domestic violence situations? Do you think because they're grown that they are deciding this is what they want to do?
I don't care about no earrings, honey.
You think, you know,
I think if they've gotten complacent in it.
Right.
It's like, okay, this is my reality. This is my life. So at some point, you literally start making provisions. Okay, I know he like this like that way, and I know he like this way, and I know he like this. So when he come home, I know when he come home, he want to put his bedroom shoes on. So you start adapting to his, you know, what everything he need and want, his likes, and you just start behaving.
Right.
You know, you can pretty much, okay, well, I know he like my hair to this way. So if I know, you start adapting to it, and you get comfortable, and you're complacent, and it's like, okay, I don't have no way out.
Right.
This is my life. If I leave, he gonna find me.
Right.
If I leave, even if he don't come looking for me, for some reason, I'm gonna come back, because guess what? I'm not in it. I done been in so long. I'm not in it. I don't even know how to feel.
So now that's when we move to my next domestic violence situation.
Right.
When I got married 20 years later.
Right.
So now I done met this guy, and he doing the same thing. But now I'm on a spiritual level. So now he know how to come to me on a spiritual level. We going to church, we praying, we doing everything together like we supposed to do. And then next thing you know, one day he just snapped.
Right.
He was outside talking on the phone, and I went out there, he was fussing. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, you out here making all this noise. And next thing you know, he came in and took it out on me. First sign.
Right.
Why didn't I leave? We weren't married then. I done been through this in my teenage years.
Right.
But because of what we went through before, prior to this, I felt like, oh no, this is not him.
Right. It's just demon,
or right, like something just happened. Like, no, this is not him.
Right.
We pray together, we go to church together, we do everything together. Like, no, something has happened. Oh no. Instead of looking at this like, this nigga crazy.
So this makes me think about when people say when you stay, you want to be there. But not in the sense that you want to be there. I think that
you
we
just
want the situation. We want to be with this person. We just don't like the way the situation is. So
because
we keep staying there.
And people got to understand that it's not from the beginning.
Can't interrupt us.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, host. But it's never from the beginning. Like, I could see if, like, they start out like that. And you be like, oh, shit, nigga, you crazy. I'm gone.
Yeah, I think that you want to be with that person, but the reality hasn't set in that this person is going to be that way. So you keep hoping that it's going to go back to what it was. That
or you think it's going to change.
Yeah, you think it's going to change.
If you think it's going to, like you said, go back to what it was.
Yeah.
Because they put on their persona like, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I'm the best king walking on the earth. I'm going to do everything for you that you need. I'm all you need. Fuck all the bad relationships you've been in.
Right.
This is what you want.
Right.
But then when they mess up.
Right.
But then when they mess up, no, like, you don't even hope they change. Like, when they do that first fucked up crazy shit, we be like, oh, you know, something he done ate something bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this ain't really him. Like, we make excuses for that. But what we need to do is realize, oh, this the real shit that's coming out. Like, this nigga, this is what he's about to be. Yeah, like, this is what's gonna happen from now on. Right. But we don't walk away. We make excuses for it. Oh, did I wear did I have my dress too tight?
I know for me, every time I did believe it was the last time.
Right.
It's
like a woman being in a relationship
because it didn't happen the very next day.
Yeah, exactly. It happens like time away.
I was still in love. He made me feel pretty.
Damn right.
He told me how smart I was.
Damn right. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
The question on the timeline is, what makes women think that's love?
Because that's what they tell us.
But that's a good question. That's what they tell you. But when you know love outside of that, what about that makes you equate that with love?
Because they have already brainwashed you. They've already alienated you from all your family, from everybody that love you. So they make you feel like I'm just talking about for me. Like, I stopped being with my friends. I stopped being with my family. And he made me feel like this is the love, all the love you need from me.
But if you didn't see, let's just say, your daddy didn't beat on you, and you knew your daddy
But it didn't happen. See, that's the whole thing. Like, it didn't happen from the beginning.
But when it does change, why isn't there a siren that goes off in all of our heads when it don't look
because
like what we know is love?
That's when you make the excuses for them. Because they done already treated you like, you know, I'm going to love you. This is the love that you are to reciprocate. Like, you know. But then once you see it, you like, oh, God, he done had a bad day at work.
Right.
That's why he taking it out on me.
Kayla.
Okay, so...
Speak up.
So...
You want to come over here?
No, I'm looking at this. As a child, you know, your parents, they whoop you and stuff, and they say hurtful things. Isn't that kind of like the same thing?
That's what I was kind of trying to get to. Not kind of trying to get to, but that is, I think, something that I know as a grown woman. There was this guy trying to date me. I saw him whoop his child, his daughter, and be like really mean and degrading to her, and that was a red flag to me. Like, I can't stand that. Like, I personally have a problem with a man hitting a little girl. Damn because right. I feel like that is you're teaching her that when somebody is upset with her actions, don't like what she's doing, then she's gonna get hit. I personally feel that way. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know if that is a actual,
but that makes sense.
But I hate that. And when I think about my daughter going through that, I know that she watched things that didn't make her antennas go up to say, oh, he shouldn't be calling me stupid, because she had heard it. Or like she said, there have been times when I didn't gave her a whooping, so you think
you'll be like, you know, I only do it because I love you.
Because I love you.
Exactly.
That's what I was always told. And that's what I was saying. Like, that's why we sit there.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. That's why we sit there.
Yeah, like that's why we sit there and take it, because in the beginning they give you that love, like, oh, I love you, I'm gonna marry you, like we're gonna be together forever. And then when whatever triggers in their head or mind, like it's not us, it's nothing we can do. Because I'm gonna tell you, I remember when I first got around his family, and they was like, boy, you remember that time he beat that girl down? You remember she was going to church, he threw her church shoes on the roof? And I'm like, if I would have heard these stories before, I wouldn't even be here now.
So with that being said, I'm sorry, we're at 7:55.
Damn.
With that being said, with the comment that Kayla just said, isn't that similar to what our parents do to us?
Yes.
Is that not a wake-up call for us to
I was definitely agreeing with Kayla.
Look at how we are parenting our children?
Yes.
Because I think we do put things in their head that we don't have to. Like, I see parents all the time, maybe at the store, saying, you know, the little child says, can I get some M&Ms? No, you can't get no M&Ms. Put that back, you little dumbass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's a good segue into another show.
That's right.
Like, we need to be conscientious of how we are parenting our kids.
That's right. That's right.
Because the only other question that I didn't mention, which you kind of touched on, which was, where are these young men learning this behavior from at that age? Your story started at 14.
It's learned behavior.
Yes.
And he and his mother and I were very, very close. And when she would get mad with him, her first words were, he get on my nerves, he act just like his daddy. That's why I left his daddy.
Right.
Wow. You know,
and you know what makes it so bad? Let me touch on that. My son was never around his daddy. I'm sorry, but my son was never around his daddy. But guess what? He still do the same things to his girlfriends.
Right.
And he don't see it.
Right.
He don't see it, but I see it. Like, if you got to treat her that way, leave her alone.
Right.
Girl.
And also, I want to touch on the question where someone asks, what make us feel like it's love? Or how do we equate that to love? Well, outside of domestic violence, when you meet a man and you dating him and you getting to know him and you fall in love, because 9 times out of 10 he don't show his true character the first day or the second day. So if he's not a man that will hit you, or the type that will, you know, choke you, whatever, if he's a man that's verbally abusive, if he's a man that like a lot of women, if he's a man whore, if he's a thief, if he's a killer, if he's a rapist, whatever he is, you're not going to really find out these things until you are in love.
Right? Exactly.
So, and once you feel like, once you are in love with this man, 9 times out of 10,
it's too late.
Because of course, if you don't love a guy, you can not love a guy and be like, I ain't calling his ass back.
Right.
You know, I don't care how good he look, but once you are in love and he knows that you are in love,
right,
you know, at some point, that's why you make excuses. When you love somebody, you try to find the good in every situation.
That's right.
Even if it's a bad situation. So whether it's domestic violence, whether it's anything, it's just sad that domestic violence is worse, because you're being, you know, you're being hit and beaten and abused, and
emotionally and psychologically, because I think that's the worst abuse. Like, for me, my most abuse was physical. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to move on from that. I don't take that on to the next relationship.
I think it still leaves some type of emotional scars.
It does, but I'm saying, as far as like when they tear you down and break you down emotionally, then you able to go to the next relationship with the same bad self-esteem, and you know what I'm saying, like you just keep picking up on the same relationships that you've been on before. But when you got high self-esteem like us, and you know, we know that, okay, finally this is not what we're supposed to go through, you're able to walk away. Like that's what I was trying to say about my ex-husband. Like, I went through what I went through with my son's father for years because I didn't know.
Right.
But once I found out that my ex-husband was the same way, I walked away like that and went to a shelter.
Away faster than you
did exactly. Exactly. So, like, when you was asking about older women, I feel like either they've been in that relationship for so many years that they just accustomed to dealing with it, or they done just like, okay, fuck it, like this just what I'm gonna do.
Before we end too, I know we've all been told coming up at some point. I know I was, but it's a lie. I was always told, well, baby, you know what? Love hurts. Yes. Love is supposed to hurt.
Yes.
Well, that's a lie. Love does not hurt. Right. Love is misunderstanding. Love is miscommunication. That's what love is, because you know, love is not pain. Love isn't. Love is able to work things together.
I'm sorry, it's 7:50. It's 8 o'clock actually.
Oh God.
So I would just say, as we close, the aha moment for me, and I think we should come back and we can have this on our show when it actually launched. The aha moment for me today was, isn't it the same as when your parents do the very same thing?
Yes.
So I would think that's something that we really need to watch, because we say anything to our kids and feel like we have the right to, just because they are younger little people,
especially
that can't speak up for themselves and can't fight us back and can't. That's the aha moment for me. Like, I think us in this community, we have to do better with discipline. Now, we laugh at the white people that say, Tommy, go to timeout. Right. But at the same time, Tommy is not being told, you act just like your daddy. You stupid. Right. You ain't gonna be nothing when you grow up. You know what I'm saying?
Or get your black ass in that corner.
But right. Keep down your throat.
And I will.
Shemeka.
I'll knock you in the next week.
And yeah, exactly.
Now you can say that.
Not the black off of
but look,
not you in.
And I'll take you out. Yeah.
But not the cheek down the throat.
And reach back down there and get them. Because
I don't even know what I say sometimes. Everything has come out.
Yeah.
And you know what? You are right. Like, I gotta do better as a parent. I gotta do better as a parent.
Join us every Sunday for Sundays with Shemeka Michelle. I want to thank the co-host for tonight, Miss Kanita Stubbs. I mean,
oh, she said don't do.
I didn't know which
the name thing. I worked too hard for that name.
She ain't like Anna. She want her name, honey.
And Sharisa Jones, who will be the co-host of the upcoming show Naked and Ratchet.
Hey.
You'll see us pushing the channel, because it's going to be different from our Naked Girls TV channel on YouTube. It's going to be Naked and Ratchet. That's the channel. And it's going to be on Wednesday nights as of now at 10 p.m. So we will give you more updates.
And we wearing pajamas and shit.
Also,
we wearing pajamas.
Also, she gonna get fired because right. Also, join us every Friday for Feedback Friday. That is myself and Chris Clark. Join Amalola every Monday and Friday for Cussing and Cardio.
Hey, Dr. O.
Join us every Thursday on Naked Girls Radio with Misty Chanel and I know she she made me forget, and I'm sitting here like I can't wait till I hit stop stream, because we gonna have to talk about some rules, because that is gonna tear my nerves to pieces.
Well, you said Dr. O, I got a little sexy for her.
And did I forget something?
No.
Yeah. Thank the Sister Circle of Love as well. That's on Thursdays with Misty Chanel on Naked Girls Radio. For don't forget Bears and Bubbles every morning at 7:45. Mental Health Clarity with our brother Javon Clark. Also, and that's J. Michael Clark on YouTube. Also, if you haven't purchased your Just Juice from Dr. O, get your damn Just Juice. I don't care if you know how to juice your own stuff. She's selling it and it's good, and she got some special ingredients in there. If you haven't purchased my book yet, it is on Amazon and in most major bookstores, POD. Keep It Naked, a naked girl's guide to live life authentically. Hit our PayPal. We've been posting it throughout the show. Again, we have 3 domestic violence brunches coming up. The first one is next Sunday. We need funds. We don't ask these ladies to come out and pay. We don't say, hey, come share your story up, but you gotta pay $20 to get in. We don't do that. We say we see what you are going through. Come on out, eat, have a good time, and it's on us. But nothing in life is free. Mm-hmm. So if you want to contribute, please do. We appreciate all the contributions that we've received thus far. Thank you for joining us, and in the meantime, don't forget to
keep it naked and ratchet.
I like that. And ratchet. Yes.
I've been doing my own thing.
Obviously.
I'm wretched than you. I'm wretched than you.
Okay, so we don't have music or cues or nothing. We're just gonna sign out. Go.
It's whatever you like.
Shemeka Kanita can beatbox. Go Kanita.
I'm not gonna sing it for Ratchet.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Super chat. We got super chat. Thank you, super chat, Naked Nation.
Okay, somebody
We
hit
got
one.
super chat. Yeah.
Cut it off right quick, Mike. I'm sorry. Pause it. Thank you. Who was it?
Travis Finch.
Travis Finch.
And
Thank
Ayende
you.
Wesley.
And Ayende.
Of the Bare Naked Men.
Thank you, Bare Naked Men, for the super chat. Appreciate y'all.
Yes. Look.
All right. So.
Did you have something to say?
I can do whatever I want.